Today, I will discuss how brain science can help with strategies to manage and change an anxious attachment style. An anxious attachment style can lead to conflict in relationships, most often the romantic ones, and more importantly, cause a significant amount of personal distress. This is more pronounced when an individual with anxious attachment has a partner with an avoidant style. In such a situation, both want to change the other person and cannot see the actual problem. Inevitably, such circumstances cause a spiral of arguments, anger, resentment, and general dissatisfaction in life. Understanding is the first step, and I'm sure you've already seen my previous videos on emotional attachment styles, especially the brain science of anxious attachment, where I have explained the brain areas that are involved in anxious attachments. The brain operates as a dynamic system. Neurons in the brain are constantly firing due to triggers. Connections between the neurons are being formed, and the brain structures work in resonance to process new experiences. We call the ability of the brain to change neuroplasticity, which is maximum until we are 25 years old. Now, this information helps develop strategies to understand our emotions and manage our behaviors. So let us take each aspect of brain science and discuss 6 strategies that may help if you have an anxious attachment style. Number 1, self-awareness. An anxious attachment makes people think they are vulnerable and victims. Understanding ourselves helps understand what kind of people we are going for and exercise choice. When we chase a person who is emotionally unable to meet our needs, we do not help ourselves. It is easy to get swayed by the intense passion or crush we develop initially when we meet someone. At this stage, we also believe what we wish to believe about the other person rather than who they actually are. When we understand ourselves, we are able to rationalize our initial emotions, thoughts, and beliefs about the other person. Number 2, effective communication. Effective communication strengthens neural connections in the brain associated with secure attachment. When we express our needs and set clear boundaries for ourselves and others, we activate areas in the brain linked to empathy and understanding, fostering deeper connections with others. Number 3, meditation and mindful practice. I have explained that the brain operates as 2 halves, the right and the left hemisphere. The right is what we call the emotional brain, better connected to the emotional center of the brain, which is in the center and has a negative bias. Mindful awareness of experiences in the moment has the ability to influence the brain. Evidence suggests that mindfulness causes a left shift in the brain functioning, meaning over time, mindfulness activates the innate positive bias of the left hemisphere so that experiences are processed in a more positive slant. Meditation also has a similar effect. Now we know that the first response in any experience comes from the amygdala, which is responsible for our fight, flight, or freeze reactions. When we stop, when we take a pause, when we are mindful or through meditation, we allow the other 2 structures of the brain that evaluate, assess, and this allows enough time for these 2 other structures to soothe the amygdala. Do you know what these 2 structures are? One is the C-shaped hippocampus in the center of the brain, and the other is the front of the brain or the prefrontal cortex. When we do mindful or meditation practice, what we do is allow these 2 areas to soothe the amygdala, which allows us to respond rather than react, which is less damaging and less distressing. Number 4, building a supportive community. This activates brain regions associated with social connection and belonging. Interactions with supportive friends triggers oxytocin release, promoting feelings of trust and security, essential for overcoming anxious attachments. Number 5 is self-empathy, self-compassion, and self-acceptance. Self-care activities such as exercise and hobbies releases neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. These feel-good chemicals enhance our mood and promote positive brain plasticity, facilitating the formation of new, healthier attachment patterns. Similarly, gratitude practice, forgiveness practice, and practice of appreciative joy all empower individuals. And number 6, self-regulation, recognizing and building distress tolerance techniques Developing a relationship with ourselves helps us to become more self-reliant, and that reduces the anxiety. Over time, as you persist in these practices, your brain rewires itself to adopt more secure attachment patterns. With each step forward, your brain becomes more adept at forming healthy relationships based on trust and mutual respect. Our brain has a remarkable potential for change. By understanding the science behind anxious attachments and implementing targeted interventions, you can pave the way for lasting emotional transformation. Of course, if this is a problem, please seek professional help. So today, I want you to do this exercise. If you feel anxious in relationships, map the brain areas for you in your journal and decide which strategy you will start with first. If you have enjoyed today's video, please subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers I have, the more YouTube allows me opportunities to make more creative videos. Please like it, share it, tell it. Tell it to all the people you know. Thank you for watching.